Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Idiot's Guide to Hearthstone. I'm Stealwing33, and today, ladies and gentlemen, today I got probably the dumbest deck we're probably gonna use on this show that is like legitimately I don't think will work. I got Bolster Warrior. So here's the thing about Bolster Warrior. So the way that I constructed this was I essentially constructed a deck around I think it's Save the King or For the King or something like that. It's a card that it gives you as many 1/1 pawn tokens as the opponent has cards or monsters on the board, right? So I'm basically going to prey on the fact that aggressive decks are very popular right now. Try to use that in combination with a bunch of taunt cards and some just control-y type stuff to try to win. There you go. It's Protect the King. It's a 3-mana card. So actually we're going to keep our combo here. I guess I'll dump Acidic Swamp Ooze. Which I have in there for tech and for no other reason because I don't actually have Harrison Jones, which is normally what I would put in there, but Acidic Swamp Ooze is the next best thing. Although you actually use Harrison for the draw, not for the destruction, but whatever, it's fine. We also got Malkazar, because this deck is a control warrior deck, essentially, but I have included a small host of pretty decent taunt cards for good value, and then the card Bolster, because I'm kind of tired of people saying that Bolster is a bad card when I never see it used, ever. I also have, like, Ysera. I have a bunch of stuff. But I don't have a couple of, like, the Control Warrior staples. I don't have Grom. I don't have a Gore Howl. I didn't normally play Warrior before I decided to make this Bolster deck. So, I mean, that's sort of what we gotta live with. Yeah, so for each enemy minion, we summon a 1/1 pawn with taunt, essentially. It's not a bad card. It's not a bad card. Anybody who tells you otherwise is trying to sell you something. So we're gonna go ahead. We're just gonna keep armoring up here. I'm probably gonna bash and execute this thing next turn. We'll see. It depends on what I draw. I might actually drop Elise instead. Elise might be better. Elise is higher value, and keeping bash in my hand might be a better idea. Let's drop Elise. Getting the map and then getting the monkey is a win strategy for us. It is something that we can actually work towards, something that we can actually do. The problem with this Bolster deck that I've designed it is that it doesn't do a good job against other control decks. It's a problem with the deck. It's a problem I'm aware of, but you know, it's something I have to live with here. In addition to that, apparently we're gonna live with me getting my ass kicked. Let's go ahead and do Blood to Ichor there, and we'll execute the girl, and then we'll bash that guy, get some armor, and we should be good. Alright, let's just take control, see if we can get this back. Losing out on the board's not super great, and I don't like having to throw an execute down on the girl, but that's where we're at. That's where we're at. I don't want to brawl. We'll jump Malkazar. He'll have to put both of his dudes into him in order to get rid of him. One of the Blade Masters will live, but there's no way for both of them to live unless he decides to... That's a stupid idea. He should have dumped the higher health one in. Don't get me wrong, like, it doesn't fucking matter because I'm still getting my ass kicked, but you know, at some point I'm going to not be getting my ass kicked, and at that point we'll be the ones in charge. I have both of my Protect the Kings, which is good, but I don't want to dump Brawl on an empty board. I'd prefer to have my own cards on it, so we'll see about that. I got Narad, or Sarad rather. I'll probably play Sarad next turn. That's probably what we'll end up doing. I don't want to dump one of my Protect the Kings yet. There's just not enough cards on the board, which I don't think there ever will be because Priest is not the most aggressive deck in the game here. Although it's looking more and more like a Brawl might be in order. Dumping Ysera might not be a bad idea. Dumping Sarad might not be a bad idea. Let's Brawl. We'll Brawl and armor up, I guess. It's not the card I wanted to stay, but that's fine. And we'll dump... Yeah, we'll dump the Armor Smith. That's what we'll do. Worst case scenario, he ends up nuking me pretty hard with something. He's probably got, like... I guess he can't use Holy Fire, he'll hurt himself. That's bad. Yeah, I'm getting beat up pretty bad here. So far, this doesn't seem to be working. I think I'm playing it bad, though, rather than it being bad. I think I'm doing a bad job. So let's do for the king. Bolster. I should have played both. That was a mistake. I could have played both and played Fiery War Axe. Oh well, I'll play the War Axe. Go ahead and armor up here. Let's just send her turn. That's where we'll sit here, I guess. I should have played both. That was a mistake. Yeah, that's my bad.
Well played.
That's a stupid combo. I was like, I'm pretty sure. I was like, I'm gonna lose, aren't I? Yeah, this is it, isn't it? You know what? I'll give it to those pawns. They did do their job. But it looks like I'm gonna die though. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be like flash of light or something. Flash heal. Nope. Darkshire Alchemist again. All right, that's fine. That's fine. We knew that one wasn't gonna be so hot. Like, we knew. We knew. That's okay. We'll strive it back. We'll strive it back. Alright. One more round. Don't forget, the way the series works is we do a best-of-3 series with the deck. If it does well, I'll probably use it again in a future episode. If it doesn't do so well, I mean, probably... if you guys have any suggestions for how to tweak it, I'll do that. But otherwise, whew, it's not a bad thing. I forgot to show the deck list for this thing. Although I flashed it, but I should go through it. I'll do it at the end of the episode then, before we close it out. Another fucking priest. Exactly what I don't like to see here. Let's go ahead and dump all of these. Actually, let's keep one shield block. That's what we'll do. Alright. Ooze isn't bad. I mean, the priest isn't going to get a weapon, so I can just dump it on 2, I guess. We curved out, quote-unquote, but we can't actually use Execute on turn 1, nor would I want to use Execute this early. That seems like a poor choice. I think a big thing that we're going to run into right now is that, actually, Priest is a bad matchup for this deck in particular. Like, this deck's really good against, like, aggro shaman. It's real good against, it's good against aggro hunter. Paladin's pretty good against that. But you know, we'll live with it. Should be fine. Should be A-okay. Honky Doris. A+. B-. I don't like the idea of having the girl on the board. Let's coin out the ooze. Hopefully he doesn't have Holy Smite or some crap in his hand. I could Boppuccino his girl. Get rid of her for free. I just don't want him to be able to draw too much. Is the fear here, I guess. Fear! Fear! What's in this box? Nothing! Yeah, there's Holy Smite. Of course he does. It's just my luck, him having Holy Smite. Runic Egg, huh? It's definitely a choice. Got Sogoth. Sogoth the Slitherer is pretty good. It's good. It's a high power taunt card. That's why he's in the deck. Because the trick is that... So Bolster's a garbage card unless you have specifically... You need to have... like, you need to already have good board presence before you play Bolster. Like, Bolster's not going to win you the board, right? It'll just help you keep the board longer. But since Warrior generally has trouble keeping the board for any length of time, at least any of the decks that are, like, presently going have trouble with the board presence. We're sort of in this place where, you know, you're sort of jammed up against your deck's actual play style and what it is you're supposed to be doing, right? Which, you know, admittedly is why this deck doesn't work. But I don't think Bolster is a bad card. Bolster's a bad card in particular in Arena, though, because you can't actually control getting good taunt minions, right? Which is a problem. You know, I don't think I need to explain that too much. What's up with these crystals? The Dark Crystal. I wish I could like click these and make them like do a flip or something. They got like a picture on the other side or some shit. Alright, we got the Fierce Monkey. Alright, Fierce Monkey is actually a really good card. We're gonna play the Brave though. We'll just pop him in the face. The Bloodhoof Brave's a good card for this deck type. He already is kind of meaty, and he's got that fat and rage on him. Then you bolster him. The guy comes out as a 4/8. 4/8 with +3 in rage. It's 7 damage. So it's a 7/7 at minimum. Well, at the best. Best case scenario is a 7/7. Worst case scenario, he's a 7 blank. Like, anything lower than 7. Which is still, like, a pretty decent body. It's a pretty decent body and a pretty decent power. Yeah, I've been playing so much WoW lately, it's kind of weird. I'm excited because they're doing Return to Karazhan as a dungeon pretty soon. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Mythic dungeon, which I'm excited about. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's just going to be a rehash of old content, yeah. Apparently it's not. It's not the case. Like, that's not the idea. Which, you know, is cool. Huh. So we got the Lore Walker. Got Mr. Cho. Alright, there's Raging Ghoul. Goodbye! That was pretty meaty. And let's get rid of the girl. And we just won't play any spells for right now. There we go. Alright, that's not so bad. It's not so bad. So we'll have a 7/6, essentially. We'll just leave Cho on the board. I have Execute in my hand, which I'm not going to use against any of the cards on the board. Like, I have board dominance right now, right? Because he can't play any spells because he played Lord Walker Tro because he's a freaking idiot. Like, what's he going to do? He's going to play, like, what? Circle of Healing? But I get a Circle of Healing. Like, he doesn't want to do that at all. Like, it's a bad idea. I feel like having, like, just normal cards and then putting, like, there's a card that gives cards, ooh, that's pretty bad, bud. Yeah, there you go. You go ahead and surrender. We're good. It probably could have beat me as my deck's burning out of steam, but I had a pretty decent hand. I had a decent hand, and he played Warwalker Cho and absolutely wrecked himself. That was, Cho's not a good card. It's a dead card. The only time it's ever really good is if you're pretty certain that the other person's going to try to use, like, a spell to clear your board, and you can stop them from doing it. It does not help you at all. Like, at all. It's a bad move. It's almost as bad as Millhouse Manastorm. Millhouse is a bad card for a whole host of other reasons. We're against Shaman, so I'm going to keep Protect the King, and I'm going to keep Shield Block. Execute's not so useful in this matchup, because I'm pretty sure Shaman doesn't carry around any, like, big-ass creatures. I know that the modern Shaman's very aggressive. That's, like, their shtick right now. But we'll see. Yeah, see, it's aggro. We're definitely an aggro town here. Which isn't too bad. We'll go ahead and do this. Deal 1 damage. It survived. Oh, look at that. I got slime. There we go. It's basically a 2-mana... Or it's a 1-mana 2/2 that does 1 damage to target creature. Because if you're not an idiot, you can make that work in that favor all the time. This is a deck. This is a matchup that this deck was designed for, actually. Because I got sick of getting my ass kicked by aggro shaman all the time. Because the more creatures he gets on the board, the better my Protect the King is. And a lot of his creatures are 1/1s. So we're talking some seriously beefy boards here. But it's looking like I might not have to worry about that. I'm gonna play Ravaging Ghoul instead. I wanna play Protect the King when I have Bolster in my hand, so I don't waste one. Because that's the point. That's the reason we're here, is to watch the stupid Protect the King Bolster combo, which we did get off once. Did get a Protect the King Bolster combo off one time, which was pretty dope. I was pretty happy about that. Because that means like we did the reason that this episode is here, right? Man, Shaman is in such like a stupidly good place. They're nerfing Shaman pretty soon. Because they're gonna get rid of what's the card? Rockbiter Weapon. They're making it 2 mana instead of 1, so it'll make it a lot clunkier to use. Cthulhu Shaman? Aggro Cthulhu Shaman? Seems like an odd choice. There's Chill Maw. Chill Maw actually decent right now. Go ahead and do this. Alright, and then we'll armor up again. Just keep ourselves healthy. That's the plan. That is the plan, my man. Alright, now's a good time to brawl. That's Elise. Don't play Elise. Now's a good time to brawl. Let's go ahead and just do that. Because I come out on top regardless. He's going to lose a lot of creatures, and I lose maybe one. Hey, look at that. Get wrecked, nerd. Alright. I can take 2 damage every now and then. I think that was a good brawl. I'm not so great at control decks. Most of the decks I play are mid-range. When I do, like, play Hearthstone regularly, most of the decks I play are mid-ranged. I'm comfortable with that play style. So, I don't know, it's just the way it is. Let's see how dumb this guy is. If he plays any other creatures and then attacks Chill Maw, it's a mistake. Because I do have Onyxia in my hand, so Chill Maw will happen. And Chill Maw's effect is when it dies, if I'm holding a dragon, it gets +3. Or it does 3 damage to all minions. So that's a mistake. There you go. But he didn't make as big a mistake as he could have, so I don't know.
Let's negotiate. You can see, and I'll let you new acquisition.
A new acquisition. And let's coin out the Armor Smith, and we're gonna go. Alright, hopefully he plays. I'm hoping that he'll dump out like a bunch of creatures, and then we can play Protect the King, because I finally got Bolster in my hand. But worst case scenario, we can also play Mark of Nature, and then Bolster on top of that as well. Which wouldn't be a bad choice, actually. I don't know what he's going to try to accomplish here. What's his plan? He's just going to try to clear my board? But why? I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I agree with him, but it seems like a poor choice. Alright, let's, dump both of our Protect the Kings. Kill that. There we go. So, like, that's a good combo. It's stupid, and it cost me 8 mana to do that. But I now have 4 3/3s for 8, which is terrible. But not when I already was, like, in the lead. I think that, that's not a bad idea. We definitely won that game because of that, because I think I spooked the guy. There was no way he was going to be able to win that regardless. But that's going to do it for this episode. We had Bolster Warrior actually, I gave it to it. It pulled it out. When I was testing it to, like, refine it down a little bit before the show here, it did not do so great. I was not doing so well. But, yeah, there you go. Here's the deck list. And we got Sogoth. We got just a card. We got a bunch of, like, stuff. I put Prince Malchezaar in there because I was going for a hard control deck. I figured that'd be fine. Ironforge Portal, it's in there again just for more armor, more control. There are probably ways to refine this down. I'm not the greatest deck builder in the world, but I have some stuff in here. A lot of it's control-y type stuff. I got slams, I got my fiery wind axes, my bolsters, armor smiths. A lot of it's just keep me alive long enough until I can get both Protect the Kings and the bolsters off. That's the idea. And it seems to do that pretty well. It does not do so great against control decks because the Protect the Kings don't do anything in that matchup. They get like I get like 3 of them at any time. But yeah, so that's with that, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys have any suggestions for decks or anything that you guys would like to see me do, please leave them in the comments down below. I really do appreciate any feedback you guys could give me and any other suggestions you guys got. I'll be happy to listen to them. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!